An agent waits in a tunnel and a plane is seen landing in the vicinity. A man exits it but is shot in the head by the female agent. Parallelly, a man wakes up from a nightmare and decides to rest on the beach. He receives a text from the Marine Corps to report at the base. At the base, Agent Bartholomew greets him, who is aware of the man's career as an elite sniper and assigns him a new mission. In Lithuania, the girl meets her father at her mother's grave, who informs her about his cancer and his plans to die on the 14th of February to be reunited with his wife. In September, the man wakes up from a drug-induced sleep in an aircraft. A woman takes away all his personal items and refuses to reveal their location. The man is asked to jump out of the plane and walk the rest of the way on foot. He jumps out and sets on a long journey trekking several cliffs and forests. He finally reaches his destination, the gorge, and meets another soldier, JD, who has been guarding the gorge for a year, and the man has been sent to replace him. JD is also unaware of the location. JD takes him to the West Tower, which is self-sufficient, with solar energy, rain harvesting system, generator, and a vegetable garden. The man notices a tower at the other side and asks about it, to which the soldier replies that contact is forbidden with the other side, and the guard has changed as per the annual cycle for East Tower as well. The gorge's wall has landmines and tactical barriers. JD describes the daily activities, which includes patrolling the border and restocking the ammunition in automatic guns placed alongside the wall. Cloakers, which are devices that send false signals to satellites to keep the gorge hidden, should also be checked, and radio checks should be performed once every month. No other communication systems exist, and the man is advised to push the panic button in case of an emergency. It will activate the stray dog protocol, which is something that JD is unaware of. He explains that the gorge is as old as the Cold War, and different militaries from nations made a pact to keep the place hidden and under watch. The mission is to keep the things in the gorge from coming out in the world. The man thinks it's crazy, and JD admits that he also felt the same until his encounter with the beings who are called Hollow Men, named by one of the former guards. JD shoots a bullet in the gorge and a screeching sound returns. He tells the man about 3 battalions sent on horses to clean the gorge in the late 1940s, but no one came back, making containment the best plan for the military. After briefing, JD leaves on foot to the pickup place. A helicopter ascends him, and the soldier asks his identity. As soon as he confirms his identity, he is killed by the soldier. In October, the man performs his daily routine and follows all the steps briefed by JD. He also performs the radio check. The voice in return only focuses on the well-being of the gorge. When the man asks any other questions, the other voice hangs up. While working in the garden, he notices some movement on the east side and rushes to his binoculars. He sees a female guard on the other side cutting wood. She also sees him but ignores. In November, the female guard is celebrating her birthday, but she is bored of being lonely and decides to contact the man. She shoots a gun in the air, and the man notices. When he sees through the binoculars, the girl holds up a sign asking his name. He writes back that contact is not allowed between the two, but the girl responds by writing her name as Drossa and reveals that it's her birthday and she will do anything that she wants. This surprises the man, and he also discloses his name as Levi and wishes her a happy birthday. Drossa plays some music and asks Levi to show his moves, but Levi admits that he is a terrible dancer. Drossa asks about what talent Levi has got. He admits of being a good sniper. She asks him to prove and shoot the wine bottle at the East Side Tower, but Levi refuses, so she shoots Levi's water bottle to provoke him. Levi then shoots the wine bottle in response, which makes Drossa happy. Drossa then suddenly notices some movement on the west side wall and signals Levi to look down. When Levi looks down, strange-looking creatures are seen climbing towards the tower. He shoots one of them, which hits a mine, and an explosion kills other creatures climbing the wall. This explosion reveals many creatures rapidly climbing the west side wall, and Drossa helps Levi by killing them with an automatic gun. They work as a team and kill the creatures in no time. Just then, a creature reaches the balcony of Drossa and she kicks him off, which results in another explosion. A shard of metal hits Drossa in the shoulder, wounding her. Levi extends support by showering the creatures with bullets from his automatic gun. Both snipers work together once again to save the east side from creatures' attack. Other guns are also activated and creatures are killed off until no more are left to scale the walls. Drace attends to her wounds and writes to Levi that it was the best birthday ever. In the morning, Levi climbs down to repair the damage on the wall, while Drasa keeps an eye out for the creatures. He sees a small drone flying out of the gorge, which seems very strange to him. In December, Levi decorates a Christmas tree in his garden, which delights Drasa, who is playing Holy Night on her piano. She sees a sign from Levi wishing her a Merry Christmas. They start doing daily chores together and make each other's boring and lonesome lives interesting. They make snowmen, play chess, and play drums made with pots and utensils to enjoy their time through their respective towers. On 14th February, Drasa remembers her father and feels terribly sad. Levi sees her crying and asks her about her absence in the morning patrol, to which she replies that she had a hard day, and she wished someone would be there for her so she doesn't feel lonely. This saddens Levi and he decides to be near Drasa. He prepares a rope and hook the next morning and shoots it to the other side. Drasa understands his plan and helps him by fastening the rope to a tree. Levi asks for her permission for dinner, to which Drasa gleefully agrees. He cleans himself up and picks up some flowers for Drasa. Just as he glides across the rope between the gorge, he gets stuck in the middle, which makes it difficult to reach the east side, but he manages by climbing with his hands. As he reaches the other side, Drasa excitedly greets him. They bond over dinner and share their experiences as mercenaries. They enjoy each other's company, which brings them closer, and they spend the night together on Drace's tower. They both feel a strong connection of love and feel content in each other's presence. In the morning, Levi prepares to go back, promising Drasa to come and visit her. As he glides on, a creature hits the mine under his tower, which explodes and cuts off his rope. He falls into the gorge but launches his parachute and disappears in the dense fog of the gorge. Drasa quickly grabs some weapons and another parachute and jumps into the gorge without wasting a minute to save Levi. She lands into the river and her parachute gets stuck between the rocks. As she cuts it, the undercurrent of the river pushes Drasa speedily. She grabs on a tree branch and saves herself from the river flow. Levi is deep in the gorge, stuck in a tree which has knocked him unconscious. A huge branch transforms itself into a monster and prepares to attack him, but he wakes up and shoots it. He falls onto the roots of the tree, which suddenly comes to life, displaying sharp teeth, which start engulfing Levi. Drasa shoots the tree and frees Levi from its grip. He seems shocked to see Drasa coming down to save him, but Drasa tells him that if the situation was reversed, Levi would also not hesitate to jump for her. They look for a way to the wall, but two creatures who look like trees ambush them. Drasa stabs the man's neck with a knife and kills him. Levi also shoots the man and his horse with his gun. Drasa then checks the auto-ascender, which will help them scale the wall, but realizes that it fell in the river. Levi suggests to follow the river to see where it drains to find a way. He checks the dead creature and realizes that their uniforms belong to the battalions sent in the 1940s to wipe out the gorge. This fact baffles them as they try to rationalize the reason behind these soldiers' existence after so many years. They see skeletons in the forest entangled with dead remains of trees. They enter an abandoned town which consists of several buildings covered in mutated plants. Indications of a past earthquake are also seen, and they deduce that the town must have been a victim of the earthquake. However, they don't understand the reason behind the mutation of plants and humans. They hear the screechings of hollow men and take refuge in an old church, which is filled with skeletons of people. Levi checks one of them and traces of cyanide are found. All the dead people took their lives to escape from something horrible. Just then, a deadly spider with a skull on its head attacks Drasa. Soon the place swarms with spiders, attacking both of them, and they counterattack with their guns. The hollow men are alerted by the sound and enter the church to attack the duo. Drasa and Levi are trapped between deadly spiders and dangerous creatures. Overpowered by these things, Drasa makes a hole in the back of the church using a grenade, and both escape outside but are more exposed to the approaching hollow men. They run through the forest and find the wall with a door which leads them to a secret facility. As they explore the inside, they learn that this was a military research facility which was established after World War II. Americans had progressed in the war by creating atom bomb, So, researchers decided to create a similar biochemical weapon of mass destruction secretly, but the gorge was hit by an earthquake which resulted in a leakage in the missile. The scientists contained the chemical leak in the gorge itself, but soon realized that being exposed to the chemical alters their DNA and changes them into a plant-like creature gradually. Exposure for a few hours doesn't affect the body, but exposure for days will result in DNA alteration. The duo also find a computer from the 2000s era and deduce that after the chemical leakage in the 1940s, people still visited the gorge for research purposes. The computer belongs to a well-known research facility called Dark Lake, and the drone that Levi had seen earlier belonged to the facility. This drone is sent to collect the DNA samples of Hollow Men, so that advanced, superhuman soldiers can be created for the military. Both Drasa and Levi were just hired and sent to the gorge to keep their secret from the world. Levi digs deeper and finds the Stray Dog protocol to be an emergency measure where a nuclear bomb will be dropped on the gorge, killing everything around it. Levi confesses his love to Drasa, telling her if they don't make it out, he will be grateful that he got to meet her. They find the back door and throw a smoke grenade to distract the creatures as they walk out. Drasa notices her lost ammo bag, only to be captured in a trap laid out by a creature on horseback. She hits her head on a tree and loses consciousness. Levi follows the creature and finds the facility containing the leaking missile. Inside, the creature tortures Drasa, but she manages to free herself and fights back. Creature overpowers Drasa, but Levi shoots him and saves Drasa just in time. They quickly make their way out, but a web of plants, people, and biochemical spun around the missile blocks the bridge to the exit staircase. They try to cross it without alerting anything, but Drasa unfortunately steps on a being. Levi then cuts their branches by a sword and Drasa throws a grenade which causes an explosion and sets a fire. They escape from the facility and find an old jeep. Levi thinks of using the jeep as an ascender to climb the wall. They reach the east side, but Hollow Men attack them. As they make their way to the top by the jeep, the creatures follow them. The duo use their exceptional fighting skills and get rid of all the creatures as soon as they make it out of the gorge's chemical fog. They cut the jeep's rope and climb the rest of the way to the top, but Levi ends up breaking his foot. They tend to their injuries in the East Tower and decide to quarantine for 5 days and plan to run away together. Levi goes back to his side to quarantine. As he performs the radio check the next day, Bartholomew replies and asks him about him going into the gorge as the computer has been activated, but Levi denies. She concludes that the guard of the East Tower must have got in, so she orders Levi to eliminate the guard. It is revealed that the computer had a webcam which shows both Drasa and Levi in the gorge. She plans to fly to the tower the next day and kill Levi. Next day, as the duo performs their tasks, they see a helicopter approaching, which alerts them, and they run to the forest, abandoning their towers. Soldiers with Bartholomew land at the west side and find the tower to be empty. Bartholomew orders drones equipped with guns to search and kill the duo. Both are chased by the drones, but they efficiently bring all of them down. As soon as they find a higher spot, they take out the cloakers with snipers, which exposes the gorge, initiating the Stray Dog protocol. The agents leave immediately in their helicopter, however, the explosion traps the helicopter and crashes it. Drasa and Levi run as fast as they can, but Levi has an injured foot which affects his ability to run, and he falls into the river. Drasa escapes to a cave to quarantine for 5 days and leaves for France, but Levi doesn't show up. She opens the letter that Levi asked her to open at sunrise if he doesn't come back and finds a poem written by Levi for her. A month later, Drasa has started a new life for herself in France and runs a restaurant. One day, she sees a familiar face who turns out to be Levi, who is alive. They reunite and share a kiss.